Welcome to InterviewU, where your questions take center stage. You submit the questions, and we interview the professionals. Today, we're collaborating with the YouTube channel at Rose AJ Coates. Rose AJ sits down with Joanna to explore her carnivore journey and her new focus on emotional alignment, her way of giving back to a community she deeply respects.
So watch, listen, and learn all about Joanna Ruth and emotional alignment.
So, interestingly enough, my my brain doesn't want my body to be less than 115 kilograms because my body's changing. I'm definitely losing fat off my body because it's getting smaller a little bit here and there. And I'm doing increasing weight training as a method to increase my metabolic demand. Because if my subconscious is not going to allow me to just lose weight the way that you would normally lose weight, then I'm going to play the game in a different way. Because it's not really about how much I weigh that's important to me. It's how much can I do in life? How much energy do I have available to me? How many minutes of the day am I happy to be moving around and doing physical things? That's what's really important to me, and not being exhausted at the end of the day, but looking forward to sleep because there's another day coming and I've got cool things to do the next day. And that's the state that I want to live my life. I want my brain to be working really well. I want my body to be able to do whatever I ask of it and not complain too much. And I don't really care what the scale says, as long as all of those functional things get a lot better. And so that's my mission now. I also have lipedema, which again makes it really difficult to lose body fat because your brain knows how much fat is not in lipedemic tissue and how much of your fat is in lipedemic tissue. And it will only really consider the fat that's available for energy is the tissue, the fat tissue that's not bound up in the fibrotic lipedemic tissue. And so I'm carrying around body fat and fibrotic tissue in different areas of my body that are just like heavy weights. And they're not really much available for energy, and they have no function. And I have it in my my legs, upper legs and hips, which is really common. And I also have it in my arms, my upper arms, which is slightly less common, but it's noticeable in many women. What is even more less common is having it in your abdomen and your breasts, and I have it there as well. So I'm just extra heavy everywhere, which means that I can use everyday movement as forms of muscle building exercise if I want to see it that way. So it's like thin people put on rucking vests so that they're heavier and it makes walking harder. So they want low impact, but they want to work harder. They want to make their body work a little harder. I don't need the vest. I just have that on my body all the time. And so that's my desire to be strong. I have to be strong enough to carry that around and therefore not kind of not feel it because I'm strong enough so I don't feel the heaviness. So that's the strategy that I'm taking now. If my body and my brain doesn't want the measurement of my actual weight to change, then I will change from within that. Because eventually I will hit a point where there has to be more fat coming out of that lipedemic tissue because things will just slow. There's demand for it. And I also integrate vibration into my physical therapies. So I have a vibration plate, and I've just purchased in the last month, I think I started using it at the beginning of October. I bought a Relax sauna, which is far infrared, and that was a really expensive purchase for me. However, because in Australian dollars, it was about 3,000 Australian dollars, because everything's more expensive when you convert it to Australian than American. And I have used it every single day, bar one, because it was incredibly hot outside, so I was sweating the whole day anyway. Every single day I've used this sauna, and my sleep is like a teenager's now. My body is not sore at the end of the day, but I'm looking forward to having sleep. I know that my body's healing. My temperature regulation is way better. My plantar fasciitis is nearly gone. I think it's quite phenomenal, the healing that is happening. And the availability of energy that I have, compared to last month, is like almost like another person. Like, I'm not dragging myself around, I'm just going. So the muscle building is easier because I'm sleeping really deeply, which means any repairs happen quite seamlessly. I wake up and I'm stronger. And in the last 6 to 8 weeks, I've gone from 1 kilogram, lifting it up like this 15 times was it. 1 kilogram in each hand, because my arms are very heavy anyway, because of the extra tissue in there. And that was my limit, 15 times. Now I have 4 kilograms in each hand. Yeah, I know, yay. And I'm doing slow movements of, I can get to about 20 at the moment. Yeah. So I didn't think I would have to keep buying the next one up as quickly as I am. So I'm quite pleased. And I have a 6 kilogram kettlebell that I'm now using because it's my heaviest weight, just to mimic lifting heavy things, and it's all working really well. But I think without eating carnivore, I wouldn't have the same success, and without the sauna, I wouldn't have the same success. And without this thing I call emotional alignment, which is a therapy that I've used I developed it, so I've used it on myself, and I've been going at it for probably the last 20 years, refining it and learning and studying and working with other people and continuing to clear myself. And emotional alignment is basically a psychological problem-solving technique where it's...
I hope you've enjoyed our interviews, and thank you to everyone who's submitted questions so far.
If you've got fresh ideas, leave your questions and comments below, and we'll get to work on them.
Bye for now.
See you in our next set of interviews.
Hello, I'm Joanna Ruth, but you can call me Joanna. I've embraced a carnivore lifestyle increasingly for the past 10 years. Now honing my diet to include meat, seafood, eggs, butter and salt. No plants or dairy anymore for me. With 30 years of experience in education, teaching both adults and children, I've spent the last 20 years developing effective life coaching methods. I now focus on the mental environment as a crucial factor in our health, and I'm excited to share the method of emotional alignment with the carnivore community, another secret weapon to use for our well-being successes. I hope you enjoyed watching this episode. Please subscribe to the channel and email us if you'd like more information about life coaching. Here's a playlist for the entire series. Please like and subscribe, it helps more than you know. See you in the next video.